Check. Impact. Impact Sports. All right, everybody, welcome back. All my impactors, all the real ones, the true day ones, all the beautiful listeners. We thank you guys so much for tuning in. We've been making money all year. We ain't going to stop. It's just how we drew it up. First and foremost, look, I'll keep it short and sweet. We went on a 39-4 run over 5 weeks. That doesn't happen by chance. We put the time in so you guys don't have to. We love football. I love football. All right, this is something that in Vegas, they hold so much risk. So they got to throw tricks in, throw things in, and they got insiders, man. They do. They have insiders. They get information before we do and leverage that. A lot of the spreads you see are accurate, but there's also ones that are complete tricks. And you got to look into everything, look into the money, see what the money's looking like. If the line's not following the amount of money, Vegas is leveraging a risk based off information they got. And because they have so much bettors and so much volume and money coming in, you got to pay some attention to it. It's not everything, but it's going to help you get onto a scent and find something that you may not have found otherwise, whether it's historically an injured piece missing, a head coach's record, a head coach's performance on primetime. You got to look into these things. Once we like a pick, we go through and cover our bases. And then we eliminate things that are not going to be a factor in this game. If it's not showing a tell one way or the other, you eliminate those things and you figure out whether or not, based off of all the factors we look at. Injury report, money percent. Don't confuse it with bet percent, because that's including lower value parlays. And anytime that name comes up on a ticket, you want to look at total money percent. That's the risk that Vegas is holding, and that's really where they have to leverage those numbers and throw tricks or just payouts to make money. A lot of games that are obvious, conservative bettors are going to come in and make some money on them, so they leverage those odds accordingly to go even. There's games that they're going to go even on because they know how much money is on a team, in which game and where and why. And so games where they see heavily, the correct flow of money coming in on a team, and there's enough to where they truly believe that they've gotten it tricked, they'll tone down payouts on that underdog team for no reason, because typically like a 90% favored team or 80, 70, something like that, typically those teams should win and the line should reflect that. So we go in and look to see if the line's following that. If it is following that, you're on the right track. If it's not, look deeper. The picks we make are based off of watching the games, game flow, head coaching, leadership, and the athletes, and execution, and clutchness, and consistency. We make the picks initially off of football knowledge, game flow, IQ. We make the picks based off of what we think and believe, because we put the time in to make decent picks at the start. And then we go through and audit the details. And if there's little things that are missing, a great example was that Thursday nighter. That was like week 6 or 7. It was Rams Vikings. And the Rams were 1-4 at that point, not playing super great at all. I think Kupp and Nakua had been out, both. Couldn't get much going. They were 1-4. They were at home. However, they're playing the Vikings, who are 5-1, flaming hot. The records might not be correct, but the Vikings came into that game playing good football. Record looked nice. And so initially, we're leaning Vikings because they'd been a juggernaut. But that spread, when you go look at the money and you see 90% of the money is on the Vikings, if Vegas believes they're going to win, they're going to favor them to lower payouts and leverage something else like the over-under. So that is an immediate red flag. And we actually just did a no bet on it and didn't even do a podcast on it. But those type of indicators, even if it forces a no bet, it's better than going in and getting tricked, because there's going to be tricks out there. There's going to be bones laying around. The dog's going to pick them up. But you got to figure out the difference between an artificial, not real bone, a trick. So that's a process. And like I said, 39-4 is not by chance. We put time in, and we go through. We got a process. We just trust our knowledge, and then we have a process to confirm everything and make sure we're not missing anything. So that's what's working for us. Love the game of football. Study it. Stick to the process. You don't do this. You don't put up these numbers without a process. I want to point out, though, that prior to that 39-4 run was a 2-4 weekend. There's nowhere I would rather be than have my back against the wall with my dogs. You know what? Your back's against the wall, that's an advantage. I'm going to kick off that thing, push off that thing. I got the advantage. I'm going to push off and explode out of there. There's ebbs and flows. Just trust in the process. Don't change a thing. It's like anything else. You put the time in, put the effort in. There's still going to be some times where it's not exactly like you want. You got to realize that's unacceptable. I don't like anything that's not exceptional. You take it personally. You bounce back and go on a heater. Okay, now the last 2 weeks we had to end that heater, we were at 39-4. We had a 5-3. That's not acceptable. You're in the green, but that's not acceptable. Wins are wins, yes, but we get back to the process a little bit more. We stick to the basics. Turn out a 3-4, not acceptable. Backs against the wall again. I freaking love it. What do? We turn out a nice 7-2 heater for the boys. You stick to the process. Even when it's going well, you stick to the process. Foot on the gas. There's going to be ebbs and flows. It's part of it. How do you react? The worst thing, what you don't want to see, is somebody hovering right around that wall. You know why that's bad? You can't kick off that wall and boost. I know the day ones tap in. It's big trust with the boys. I love all y'all guys. Just know, we gonna scratch and claw. We gonna scratch and claw our way out. We fight. We take it personal. You put time into it, to trust in it. It's gonna work, and we're not afraid. We're not afraid of that position. We do this for y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Mr. Hunter, shout out Cole Hunter, Impact Partner, Impact Sports, investing genius. Wasn't able to make it tonight. Got some family commitments tonight, but gotta shout the boy out. Have my back against the wall and get right back on the saddle. So, straight to it, boys. We're back. We're on a heater again. We ain't letting up. I'm currently recording this podcast right now at a ridiculous time in the night. I actually just recorded a 45-minute podcast. Ended the recording and it disappeared, but we're back on the saddle. It don't matter. You got to respond. And here we are. I told one of our boys, I was like, hey, you know what happened last time we had a bad weekend? Anyways, we made some money last weekend with that individual because he stuck to the process after one little downer. Back on the saddle, foot on the gas. No time to stop. Let's get to the bread and butter here. Got some juicy ones for you guys. We're going to start it off here. A little routine, fundamental. We're going to take the Los Angeles Rams playing on the road in New Orleans. They're squaring up against one of the worst defenses in the league as far as average yards allowed per game. Betting on a head coach that has a system, a track record. I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I like consistency. I know you guys do too. I don't see Sean McVay having 2 down weeks in a row. They got the chance to go play an indoor game in the South. I'm looking to see the Rams put up some points in this game and shred them. Pick number 1, we're going with 1 unit on the Rams money line. 1 unit Rams money line. Disclaimer, 1 unit reflects 5% of your expendable bankroll. That is not your savings. That is not your investments. That is not your house. That is your expendable, bettable, losable bankroll. Please do not sue us. We promote and love responsible gambling, and we gonna make money doing it. I'll tell you what, and it's a heck of a lot of fun. We like checking those green check boxes, and we are gonna place, parlays here and there. We're American, and we love sports betting, and we love football. More importantly, we love football, and that's what we're about. We know what we're good at. We do that. I know you, bro. You know me. You might not plan on betting next week, but when you win massive this weekend, your betting money's sitting there ready to roll. And let me tell you something. If you're like me and you love football, you're going to want some skin in the game. We play this as a long run model. Just like anything else in life, it's going to take time. effort, commitment. We put in the work so you don't have to, but our model is built to last. It's a long season. It don't matter how much you win by in the NFL. It just matters that you win. That's the approach we take with this, and we certainly advise exercising responsible gambling. It's important, and I think you win more. A little bit more conservative, win more bets, get on a roll, leverage your odds, spread it out, spread that money out. I even hate referring to it as sports gambling. It's sports investing on this side. Impact investments. Follow the train, jump on the impact train. We're taking off again. It's an aerospace space design rocket train, and it's leaving the station. Matter of fact, it's already left, but we're allowing some late boarding. All right, y'all, let's get to pick number 2 here. All right, next pick. If it's not broke, don't fix it. We're going with the Vikings at home against the Cardinals. Again, putting our money on another impressive young head coach in the NFL. This is a team that I was late to get behind. A lot of backups come in, not as much studied as other guys, and they're going to get figured out. But the difference with this team, and that I wasn't 100% on early in the season, is their defense is going to have days where they step up and realize offense ain't having it today. Their defense is impressive, and so they're capable of winning that way. Sam Darnold just has shown that he's capable of having that, experiencing that little downtime and bouncing back. True pro. I love that they win close games. They're giving that Chiefs vibe. Vikings money line at home. Get it now. We got another beauty for you here. Taking a team with another good coach, young head coach here. Didn't intentionally bet on all young head coaches this week. However, this is a team with leadership beyond just the coaching staff. C.J. Stroud is proven to be a capable, strong leader and quarterback in the NFL. That team's full of absolute dogs. They're getting healthy. We got Will Anderson back. He's a factor. Joe Mixon factor. Stroud factor. Nico Collins factor. A lot of talent there and just some awesome leadership. Love their poise through this little adverse part of their season. They're going to go into their bye week here with a victory in Jacksonville. Take them at -2.5 here. Last one. We got some value and an underdog for the boys. Betting on another bounce-back week. I'm loving the birds, the dirty birds of the South at home. They're taking on Harbaugh and the Chargers. I got Kirk Cousins with a big bounce-back week on the turf. The boys are going to go up, put up some points. I'm taking them straight up. Moneyline as an underdog. Moneyline underdog for the Atlanta Falcons. I think Kirk, he's a veteran in the league. He's gotten over the whole bright lights thing. He's shown he's able to be clutch, win games where they need it. That division's tightening up a little bit. They're in the lead, but don't want to lose. Go to 500 this week. Kirk's a true professional. He's had 2 down weeks in a row. Kirk's going to bounce back. They're going to get the win at home. I'm getting tipped off to this a little bit, too, as an underdog. They are not getting plus money, which means Vegas does not want impact on this bet, but we see it a mile away. Impact on Atlanta Falcons money line at home. Kirkio, Dirkio, 2 Chains Cousins. He's back in his trap, and he's going to go absolutely off. I'll tell you what, if it's unknown, don't guess. If you are tipped off on where the money lies, whether it's because the team is so damn good or even if because the other team's so damn bad, stay in the know, stack that cho. All right, y'all. It's late here, but I'm ready to make a lot of money tomorrow, watch some football, and feel free to call me with some good news. Peace out.